Hi there. This video is going to be about how to level a warrior quickly on on WoW private servers. This server specifically is Burning Crusade, but it's pretty similar for Vanilla and Wrath as well. This is the Vengeance of Azeroth PVE server, which just launched yesterday, June the 17th. And so it's pretty festive this weekend here. People are trying to level really quick. They're making everybody level from 1 to 70 on ×1 experience, which is pretty grueling, but it's fun. So how do you level a warrior quickly? People think that warriors are one of the worst and hardest classes to level, especially early on. But that's actually not entirely true. Yeah, hardest. It's probably the hardest class to level because it's really easy to die. But the slowest, I think it's actually pretty quick. I raced 60 on the Nostalrius PVE server last year, or in October or November or something. And I didn't get to level 60 first. Eventually I sort of slowed down. I had to sleep and stuff. But for a while, during the levels where warriors are considered horrendously slow, like 1 to 30, I was able to keep up with all the hunters and the warlocks and the shamans and mages, which I was genuinely kind of surprised by. But the truth is, warriors just aren't that slow to level as long as you don't die all the time. So how do you do it? Well, first of all, of course, warriors are gear dependent. There's not all that much you can do about gear. But consumables are basically gear. So you should be a cook. Just cook shitty food with your meat. Keeping the food buff on all the time is pretty important. Then the other two consumables that I think are worthwhile. Now, if you're truly the fastest leveler on the server, you might struggle to find these things on the auction house or from friends if you just out leveled everybody, or really early on when no one's even been to a city yet. But once you get a chance, you want to get sharpening stones and troll's blood potions. I mean, sure, you could put every elixir in the book on. You could have like ogre strength and fortitude and all kinds of stuff, agility. But that's going a bit overboard. The best bang for your buck is troll's blood. Excuse me, troll's blood and sharpening stones. And then for gear, or excuse me, spec first. You want to be Fury. There's just no there's not really any debating it. Fury is just the best. Cruelty is extremely important. Unbridled Wrath kind of sucks, but it's okay. You get more rage. Piercing Howl makes you not die as much because you can actually get out of danger. And then the real tricks, I can't show it in this video because I'm not high enough level yet, but Blood Craze and Enrage, you spec both of these, and whenever you're missing those buffs, you just sit your character down and let the mob crit you. It's worth it because you get the health back and you do if you have 5 out of 5 in rage, you do 25% more damage. That is huge compared to other talents. Like cruelty is a great talent, 5% crit. That roughly translates to 5% more damage. In rage, 25% more damage. It's the same amount of talents. 5 talents, you get 25% more damage. Then some of these talents are different from vanilla to Burning Crusade, Sweeping Strikes. I've been playing vanilla for the last year or so, so for me this would belong in arms. But anyway, it's a good talent. It's worth having. Flurry is good. Bloodthirst is good. Then these are the new Burning Crusade talents. I'm sure they're fine. Rampage looks fine. You get more attack power. Now this is at least this is not in vanilla. That Tactical Mastery is right at the top of. I think in vanilla it's like it's here. It's in arms, but it's the second tier. But Burning Crusade is the first tier of Fury. So I learned Revenge at level 14. So that talent point at level 14 goes into protection so that I can use Revenge without having to hang around in defensive stance. And likewise, if I'm in defensive stance, I can use Overpower in battle stance just by switching to battle stance. So I guess once you finish the tree, you kind of dabble in the other tree. I'm not totally familiar with Burning Crusade. Like I said, I'm more used to vanilla, but they're close enough. I mean, it's kind of common sense. When you get tired of Fury, just fill it out with arms. Weirdly, Deflection is actually probably a pretty good talent, because when you're leveling, you want to do more damage, but you also want to take less damage. Alright, so then gear. Gear is pretty straightforward. You just want stamina and strength. The way I prioritize low level gear is I just take whatever has the most sum total of stamina and strength. So this thing's got 4 stamina. If I had something that was 2 strength, 1 stamina for a total of 3, I would replace it with the one I have here. Doesn't matter if it's strength or stamina. You know, across all your gear it'll even out. You just want as much of those 2 stats as you can get. Before you get dual wield, you just want to use one-hander and a shield. Two-handers are they're great for endgame PvP, or they're great for PvP in general. Although you gotta be like level 40 or so. You gotta have Mortal Strike, all that. But two-handers generally just aren't good. A one-handed weapon and a shield is surprisingly good damage. Even once you get dual wield, you want to use your shield at least half of the time. Like your offhand weapon, dual wielding, doesn't really do that much damage, and it makes you miss like crazy. So if you're just lighting up some low level mob, then you want to dual wield. But if you're fighting something of substance, using a shield is great. Also, using a shield, you can use shield bash, the interrupt, before you get, I guess you get pummel at somewhere in your 30s. So until then, the only way you can interrupt is with shield. You want to, as soon as possible, I don't have any ammo. As soon as possible, you want to learn to use a ranged weapon or just thrown weapons, because when you have a bunch of mobs clumped together, you can't just charge in. You'll aggro everything and you'll die. When you're soloing, you have to be really careful. So I don't have any ammo, but I have the bow at least. I have the bow skill. Hopefully I won't have to pull any big packs of mobs. Okay, so that was spec and gear and consumables. Okay, so I don't have very many skills yet. Basically, you want to use overpower as much as you can, and in Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, when it's a little easier to have tactical mastery, you want to use Revenge as much as you can. Revenge actually, right now, Revenge hits harder than Overpower, but I have a really fast weapon, so it would be different with a slower weapon. The point is you want to use those abilities as much as you can, because they're your only abilities. They're situational, so you got to pay attention, but that's what makes it fun. And then in an ideal world, what you're doing is you're doing quests. You're working your way towards quests. But in a perfect world, you kill every mob in exactly 15 seconds. And then you charge the next mob. And you never sit down and drink. That's the dream. Or drink. You never sit down and eat. That's the dream. So it looks like there's some fucking paladin here killing all the crocodiles. So I better get to work. Obviously, you got to keep your battle shout up. Rend is not great. If you can use Revenge more, you should be using Revenge more. It's more important than Rend. Okay, so unfortunately I talked so long that this guy took all the mobs. So I'll go looking for some more. Let's see. Okay, so if I was a bit higher level, and I think I'll probably make another video when I'm higher level, I'd be sitting down every time to get those to get the buffs, to get Blood Craze and Enrage, unless I got crit anyway. Ooh, this thing's level 17. I don't think I'll be killing this guy in 15 seconds. But not bad. I mean, we're getting... Maybe I will kill him in 15 seconds. Close.
It's too far away. Not enough range.
You definitely...
Need more range.
First aid's important and everything, but you don't ever want to try and be thrifty about food. Just buy. Doesn't have to be the best food available, but it should be pretty good food, and just buy a shit ton. I mean, I'm down to my last stack, but I'm pretty sure when I bought all this bread, I think I bought like 4 stacks. So you don't want to be rationing it. You don't want to be going and fighting a mob when you're at like half health and like push the envelope and go, oh, I wanna oh, I can kill one more mob without eating. You don't want to die, because like I was saying, it's really easy to die when you're playing a warrior,
Need more raid.
and dying takes way more time
But yet,
than just eating. So these mobs are a little too high. The ideal mobs to be grinding should be exactly 2 levels less than
it's too
yours.
far away.
So I should be grinding level 14 mobs.
Ability isn't
That's what those crocodiles were. But yeah, someone killed them all. But as you can see, I mean, so I'm level 16. Arguably, this is the worst stretch of leveling
more raid.
for the worst class to level. And I'm grinding mobs higher level than me,
I need to get closer.
and it's not a big deal. I mean, I think I killed at least one of those things a minute ago in the magical 15 seconds. These bears are tough as shit, but
Need more raid.
when it comes to your race,
Enough raid.
if you really want to go unbelievably quickly leveling, you gotta be a troll. The troll racial, I think it's equal to about 4 health every 5 seconds. Oh no, maybe it's 4 health. Yeah, 4 health every 5 seconds, which corresponds to about 2 health every tick. So this Troll's Blood Potion is 2 health every 5 seconds. So trolls, I guess fittingly, have like a permanent 4 health Troll's Blood Potion on, which is amazing. I mean, over the many hours of grinding, it's as if you received like millions of points of healing. So Troll's great.
Not ready.
Undead is also good leveling
Not enough raid.
because you can eat bodies. I guess those are the only races with a leveling advantage. Gnomes are the best warriors for not leveling. Escape Artist is better than any other racial for a warrior. And plus gnomes are they're fucking sick. They're the best. Well, let's see if I'm gonna kill this thing in 15 seconds. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You got this. You got this. Big crit. Big crit. There's a big crit. Yeah, gnomes are they're just amazing. Just look at this gnome. Blow your fucking mind. Have you ever seen a better looking gnome? Look at that cape. That dagger. This guy's just amazing. Badass face. Nice facial hair. And you may have noticed the name of my character. Going 1 to 70 without touching my wiener. I believe. I'm not gonna be first to 70 on the server, but I'm gonna have the most fun. Alright, thanks for watching.